All right, moving on to another letter. It's like we're on Sesame Street. I'm Steve. This A is for Alice, B is for Bob, C is for collection of my box sets and my purge. Moving on to the letter E. And you know what? This first one, it is big. I actually weighed it because when I brought it from upstairs to downstairs, I'm like, man, this thing's pretty damn heavy. It's over 15 pounds. And it's actually a box set that I would gladly trade someone this for the CD equivalent. And you're going to have to kick in something else, but that is the Eagles. What do they call this? Eagles Legacy. And what do you get? Well, you get the 7 studio albums. Eagles debut, Desperado, On the Border, One of These Nights, Hotel California, The Long Run, and then The Long Road Out of Eden. That's a piece of crap. Then you also get 3 live albums, Eagles Live, Hell Freezes Over, which is great because you get the song Get Over It, which is the best song they have done since Hotel California. I'm not a big fan of The Long Run. And you get the Millennium Concert, and you also get singles and B-sides. So you want to see what's in this thing? And this is a big deal. I don't even remember what I paid for this, but I know it wasn't cheap. So there you go. And what they did with this is this is also my knock on this box set. So let's put that there. Put that there. And it comes with a nice book too. I love the books in all of these box sets. Some are better than others. But here you go. Oops. And hype sticker popped out there. But moving on to what you get here. Man, this thing just takes up a lot of space. So you get the studio albums, and they put them in a binder. Okay? But to me, the big knock is that's it. There you go, the Eagles album. You don't get the proper album artwork, okay? And then you get the live and bonus, and also the same thing. So I found that rather disappointing. And I have to tell you, if I would have known that when I bought it, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So, but there you go. That takes care of that one. It's a keeper for now, but like I say, anybody who wants to trade me. Moving on to one of these original album classics, Eddie Money. You know what? I lost track of Eddie Money after this last album. I don't know what he did after that. I'm guessing the hits dried up, but I'm not going to say every one of these albums are great, but all 5 of them are good. So you got self-titled. I think this is what, 75? No, 77. Okay, a little later than I thought. You got 2 Tickets to Paradise. And what's the other big hit on here? Baby, Hold On. Okay. And then you've got Life for the Taking. And what's this one called? Oh, No Control. Shaken. Where's the Party? And Can't Hold Back. Take Me Home Tonight. Eddie was fun live too. I only saw him twice. But, the last time I saw him live was at City Winery in Chicago, and he did. He was a good storyteller, and he comes out and he says, "Yeah, it's been a while since I played Chicago. I think the last time was at World Series of Rock." Or maybe he said that was the first time I played Chicago. It was World Series of Rock. And He says, yeah, that was 3 divorces and 5 rehabs ago. So he had a good sense of humor about it. And he was a great performer. All right, another one of these original album series, The Electric Prunes. Yeah, you know them from I Had Too Much to Dream last night, which is their debut. That's a good psych rock album. As is the follow-up, Underground. Really like this one too. But then they start to get a little weaker after that. But this is Mass in F minor. Then we have Release of an Oath. And just good old rock and roll. But you know what? It really isn't. I don't know what happened to Electric Prunes after this. Should I say their career dried up? Ba-dum-bum. You can see me here on Thursdays. Try the veal. Okay, Elton John, Madman Across the Water, the box set. My favorite Elton John album by far. Granted, Don't Shoot Me, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Big, massive hits. But for me, this was really my introduction to him. And this first side is just... The first side is one of the best sides ever in rock and roll. Tiny Dancer, Leave On, Razorface, Madman Across the Water. If the second side had been as good as that, because the second side to me is a little weak. It is a front-loaded album, but those first 4 songs are so good. If they had, or if he had made the second side anywhere near as good as the first, this would be in my top 25 albums of all time, no doubt about it. Oh, you might want to know what you get. Well, you get the original remastered, then you get demos and live, alternate versions, and then you get a BB Sounds for Saturday where he does the album in its entirety, well, with the exception of one song. What does he not do? Looks like he does not do All the Nasties. So, very good box set. Then we move on to Emerson, Lake and Palmer, 1970 to 1997. Fanfare. Now this is quite the impressive box set. I don't know what you get in here. Well, first of all, once again, you do get a nice book. I think it could have been a little longer, could have been a little more to it, because it is a band with a storied career. And then in here you got a whole bunch of stuff. I'll give you this little envelope here with 1970 British tour program. There's the hype sticker. I only saw them twice. Both times was in the 90s. I don't know why I missed them in the 70s. I don't think I was that big of a fan yet, although I did love Trilogy and Brain Salad Surgery when they came out. So I saw them on this tour, Black Moon, and I like this album. I think it's a very good later day album. And then I also saw them later on, probably around 98. They toured with Deep Purple, because Deep Purple was on the Abandoned tour, and also with Dream Theater. Gave you a poster, another booklet. Greg Lake, great vocalist. And you got a couple 7-inchers in here. You got Lucky Man at the B-side of the Knife Edge, and then you got Fanfare Comet Man, side of Brain Salad Surgery. Now you want to know what kind of music you're getting in here? Well, you get this triple live album in Italy from May of 73, Rome and Milan. And it's a triple, much like Welcome Back, My Friends. There you go. This is actually a very good album. Really, really like this album. And then, what else do you get in here? Well, you get all the CDs, and probably some you didn't realize that existed. Let's see. You get the debut, Tarkus, Oops, we're in there. Trilogy. Really my introduction to them. Brain salad surgery. Works. Works again. Oh boy, here it is. Love Beach. Black Moon. Like I say, I really like this album. And then In the Hot Seat. You think Love Beach is bad? Give that a spin. That is a really bad album. And then, of course, you get Pictures at an Exhibition and Welcome Back, My Friends. So you get those live albums. But then they give you a bunch of other previously unreleased live stuff. July 72, live at Pocono International Raceway. Speeding along. Then we get on the BBC, this is, you got two shows. You got 79 from the Old Grey Whistle and Pop Goes Summer, September of 93. Then in November 92, live at, as Uriah Heep would say, Friday night in Birmingham, the Birmingham Symphony Hall. Then we get July of 92 in New Jersey, live at Waterloo Concert Field. And then July 97, you get live in Paris. So you get tons of live ELP that you may not have known had existed. And then, it wouldn't be a box set of a prog rock band if Steven Wilson didn't have his hand in it. Here you get the Steven Wilson 2012 remix in 24/48 stereo and 5.1 surround. So you get all of ELP, the debut, Tarkus, Trilogy, and Brain Salad Surgery. That's all on Blu-ray. So, and last but not least, also get a, God, I should wear this at the MGK Bash this year. An ELP lapel pin. How many of you can say you have one of those? There you go. Very nice box set. Then moving on to Chicago's very own Enough's Enough. Never Enough. Rarities and Demos. If you don't know Enough's Enough, picture the Beatles and the Cheap Trick sound-alikes, because that's definitely their influence. On their sleeve, you get a little booklet in here, not very elaborate. Then you get 4 albums, and the nice thing is what they did here was they gave each one, this is called McNulty's Basement, they give each one a different color, because they are a very colorful band. If you've seen their videos, you know they like their primary colors. So you get that, then you get, oops, that's 4. Get it together here, Steve. All right, then you get McNulty's Basement. Sides C and D. Ooh, and this lime green. Then we get, and here's some poor quality control. Look at that. That is split. Okay, god damn it. Hate that. So this one is on, ooh, that is a bright blue. I'm going to say the artwork isn't anything special, covers, but then you get Longwood Towers. And this is on, ooh, bright yellow, banana yellow there. So good stuff. If you like your power pop, I'll bet you Emma's a big fan. I don't have to tell you the name of her channel. You know who she is. Okay, speaking of which, I need to make my video for her contest. I'm waiting for something to arrive so I can do it. Okay, moving on then to Eric Burdon and War, the complete CD discography. And what do you get here? You get Eric Burdon Declares War. I had that on vinyl and I sent that to Gary at Physical Format Rock and Roll. Then you get The Black Man's Burden. Ooh, can I show you that insert? No, there are two naked women laying on the inside there. So we'll look at that later when I'm not on camera. And then you also get Love Is All Around. No, I'm not singing the Mary Tyler Moore theme song for you. Right, and then finally, so I am keeping all of those, unless of course I do make the trade for the Eagles. This is hitting the purge pile. Eric Clapton, the definitive 24 Nights. Okay, I got to tell you, I'm not much of a Clapton fan. I don't even know why I bought this, but this is 6 CDs and a Blu-ray, and I think Eric Clapton is best served when he's in a band, be it the Yardbirds, be it Cream, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes, you name it. As a solo artist, he doesn't do much for me. His guitar playing doesn't do much for me. I love the solo on the live version of Crossroads, yeah, and then there's a couple other songs. But I mean, even like Derek and the Dominoes, I mean, is that... I don't know, I got to give Duane Allman a lot of credit for me liking that album. So there you go. This one hits the purge pile. So that takes care of the E's. I thank you very much. And up next will be F.